Hi guys, just a quick update video on the Archeer AH07 Bluetooth headphones. Now, to be super quick, I had to send them back for various reasons. Now, if you saw the video I did on them before, which was a quick initial thoughts, because there was a problem, that is ultimately the reason why they got sent back. So this is going to be kind of a review, but it's mostly just elaboration on that. So as headphones, they were pretty good, especially for the price. 26 euros, for Bluetooth over-ear headphones is very low. So obviously you have to manage your expectations, but at the same time, there are certain things that need to be right, but otherwise there's no point. And in this case, they weren't right. I suspect that the unit may have just been defective rather than the design is wrong fundamentally, because I haven't seen or heard anyone have these same problems that I did. So now to go over it in terms of a quick review, they were fine. I built-in design was very good. Hard solid plastic, good feeling in the hands, metal in certain places, so they were fine. In that sense, the sound quality for me was fine. Wasn't an audiophile. Now they're capable of supporting aptX. At the same time, I wasn't using that because I was using them with an iPhone, which does not support aptX, so I wasn't able to get the most out of them in that sense. And they were still fine for me. Fine in terms of sound. I think they could have been even better, but I didn't get a chance to test that essentially. So on the sound quality, yes, especially for the price. A-okay. Now, the problem that they had was twofold really. One was with the pairing, and the other was with the microphone. So the pairing was causing constant problems, especially with some phones. With some phones it was mostly fine, but in others, for instance, an LG G6 that I tried to pair them with, they would be fine to listen to music, but then you take a call and it wouldn't work. You would just not hear anything, they will not hear you, and you have to repair several times until it works. Now there could be some sort of reason for that related to the LG G6, but either way, not ideal. And the problem did appear in other phones, just not quite as frequently. Now the main issue for me though was the microphone, because I got them, one, to isolate sound, but also to be able to take calls, and the microphone was terrible. It was incredibly sensitive. I've seen in some places it says that it's a CVC 6.0 mic, which is supposed to isolate background noise. Now that totally didn't happen. If it's true, then I don't know what's wrong. Maybe it was a defective unit, but they weren't isolating any noise. In fact, they were picking up absolutely everything and anything that you could hear in the background and amplifying it to the max, which meant that it was basically impossible to have normal conversation. Everyone would freak out instantly. They hear anything that's behind you, if it's a car or even some background noise, as if it's right next to them, blasting in their eardrums. So it just wasn't possible to use them like this. Now, I would say if you're never going to make any calls, then that's not such a problem. The pairing issue may not actually be that much of a thing for you, especially if you're not making calls, because for music they were fine. They never had a pairing problem. So if you just want to get some cheapish headphones and listen to music, and they sound good, they look good, they're not heavier on the head or anything, then these are fine. If you want to do something more with them, like take calls or have no issues at all, then they're not up to that. Another issue that they had actually is minor, depending on the way you look at it, but after a certain amount of time, half an hour to an hour, they start getting quite hot in the ears, and maybe after an hour or something they get a bit uncomfortable, slightly heavy, not straight away, but you start to feel the weight a little bit later. Although when you compare it to some other headphones, like the Bose Quiet Comfort 350s, they're actually lighter. So it depends, I guess, on your head and tolerance for weight. So it's not really a full review. I don't really think that they anyway merit a full review, but also given that they had these massive problems, for me this just wasn't really viable to keep them and keep reviewing because I need to use them on a daily basis, and just wasn't working. So I mean, from that point of view, it would be a no. If you're just looking for music, then they're a good value for money. If you want something more, and I wouldn't be able to recommend just based on the fact that I had a bad experience. Maybe it was a 14 unit. Now I don't know if by any weird chance Archeer see this video and want to send one that isn't broken, I'll be happy to review it and update the review, but at this stage, broken or not, it just didn't work. Right, so I hope that helped someone. See you later.